If you look at rock climbing as a sport, it really doesn't make sense. You wake up before the sun rises, hike out in the cold. You pick the hardest way up. You usually throw yourself over and over again at this rod, trying to figure out how to get to the top. Typically it takes weeks, even years to climb a project. Failure is all part of the process. Failure can be a great tool, but can also render you useless. Today, when I talk about rock climbing, I'm referring to the discipline of bouldering. Bouldering is climbing on smaller rocks that are about 20 to 30 feet tall, with no ropes or harness. Historically, bouldering was considered training for mountaineering, but in the past 30 years, it has become a mainstream and popular type of climbing. It is hard and requires a lot of strength and power. In bouldering, you typically have what are called projects. These are boulders that are way above your skill level that often feel impossible. Sometimes, progress is touching the next hole before falling off, or even holding on for a few extra seconds. Failure and bouldering go hand in hand. Growing up, I was a shy, scrawny, and awkward kid. I was also no good at school, goofing off and struggling to focus. Failure was something I got quite used to. In high school, I decided to play football, wrestle, and learn percussion. I had the mindset that failure was how you got better at a skill. Not being afraid of failing can be a very powerful tool in the right context. Throughout high school and the beginning of college, I had this idea all wrong. I had the mindset that I'm not afraid to fail, therefore I expect to fail, and I let myself fail. It was an excuse not to try hard and not to apply myself. It wasn't until I started climbing when I applied a fearless approach to failure, one where I would try and try again, expect success, and not be deterred when failure inevitably came. This is one thing that is guaranteed in sports performance, and it is that anxiety about the outcome will bring failure or a decreased performance. When I started to climb, I couldn't get off the ground on even the easiest of climbs, and it came as no surprise. I was comfortable that if it was hard, failure was to be expected, but it was only temporary. Climbing has taken me to amazing places, introduced me to some wacky friends, but most importantly, it has taught me not to rely on failure, but to use it as a tool to progress. Thank you.